You're saying, like, do I think that God would tell someone to not just be gay, but or be transgender, but to do something like make transition or to
Yes.
have same-sex marriage?
Yes.
In my current belief, probably not. But
Okay. First question is, you know who this is?
Is that Oprah?
It is Oprah.
All right, let's go.
It is Oprah. It is Oprah.
Okay.
Second question is, do you know who this is?
Rihanna.
Yep. Good. Off. Quick.
Go.
Okay. Third question, and there's just two more after this, or with this one, is what do you think? Would you date somebody that was trans?
No.
Can I ask you why?
Yeah, because I'm not into that.
Okay. Into what exactly? Like, what do you mean?
They gotta have functioning parts, respectfully, dude.
Do you think trans people can't have quote unquote functional parts?
I don't know, can they?
You can have surgery to switch your bio.
Yeah, but it doesn't work the same though, does it?
It
It's
does.
like it does? Okay.
Pretty sure, yes.
Okay, well either way, I'm not into that.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay.
Are you into that?
I would date a trans person.
You
yes.
would?
Yeah.
Okay, all right,
I don't
cool.
see why not. If I'm attracted to a woman and they're a woman, then yeah.
Okay, alright, well respect for that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't.
Gotcha. Last question is, what do you think? Do you feel like using the expression of pronouns is helpful, kind of not helpful, irrelevant? How do you kind of feel about that idea?
Like they, them?
Yeah, or being I'm Sebastian, my pronouns are he, him, and you'd be
dude,
I'm Caleb, I'm
yeah,
he, him.
That's just English. Yeah, it's effective. I mean, it's better than using the word. It's better than saying your name is he, she.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
let me try to explain my
yeah.
question maybe more if maybe I didn't get it across. In the sense of say I decided to identify as a woman, and I wanted to use she, her pronouns. That's kind of more what I'm referring to, or they, them as well. The idea of when you're introducing yourself, say I'm Sebastian, and I use she, her pronouns.
Okay, and you're asking how I would respond to that, theoretically?
Sure. Or do you feel like it's helpful?
Well, it's helpful, yeah, dude. If you feel like you're a girl, dude, then cool, man. That's cool. I'm not gonna roast you or nothing. You're entitled to how you feel, But so yeah, I'll respect your pronouns. I'll call you she, but in my head, I don't know. I'll respect it, but it doesn't make sense for me,
Okay.
Not always.
Okay. Do you know who this is?
Yeah,
Who is it?
that's Oprah.
It is, and it is, and it is. Second question is, do you know who this is?
Rihanna.
I like it. Okay, two more questions real quick.
Okay.
The first one is, would you date somebody that was trans?
Would I date somebody that was trans?
Yes.
Probably not.
Can I ask you why?
That's a good question. I think it would be hard because I feel like, and this is coming from somebody who hasn't spent a lot of time around people that are trans. I just haven't had that experience. But I think part of the problem is that I feel like those people that are trans are struggling with something really, really, really hard. And when I'm going to date somebody, I would want to date them for long term, hopefully with the end goal of maybe having a long-term relationship,
Sure.
getting married with them.
Right.
And I don't know if I would feel comfortable being married to somebody that has those deep struggles with their identity. I think that would be really, really hard in a marriage relationship. And so that's probably the main reason. It's not something personal. It's not like that I dislike those types of people. I think I just would have a hard time functioning as a husband. But.
Okay, yeah, I heard you. And do you feel like it's possible for God to tell them they're the opposite gender, to transition, and then for them to find peace in that? Or do you feel like that is something God probably wouldn't do?
Can you say your question again? Sorry, I just want to make sure I understand.
It's kind of a weird.
No, you're good.
Question.
I just want to make sure I understand.
So basically, what I'm asking is, do you feel like it's possible for God to confirm to a person to transition to the other gender?
For God to tell a person to transfer to the other gender?
Yes.
Okay.
Or do you think that's not probable?
That's a great question. To tell you the truth, I can't really say for what God would say to somebody personally.
Yeah.
I would assume, because I believe that we are all created with a divine identity as God's children. I believe that I am a son of God. I believe everybody here is sons and daughters of God. I don't believe that God would tell somebody that they should change gender, but at the same time, I don't have that revelation for that person. I can't speak to what they have felt spiritually, so I can't say, like, if somebody told me that they were told by God to change gender, I'm not going to sit here and argue with them and say, like, no way that happened, because I can't receive revelation for that person. Do I think that it would happen? No, I don't. But I'm not saying that somebody who feels that way is invalid in their feelings in that way.
Okay.
So.
Question is, do you know who this is?
Hillary Clinton.
Good,
Yeah.
good. Second is, do you know who this is?
Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris.
Close.
Yes.
Yes, Kamala Harris.
Kamala Harris. Okay,
Yes.
sorry.
Good. No, good. Last picture I'm gonna show you is, do you know who this is?
Rihanna.
Yes, Rihanna. Okay. Yes. Okay, good.
Sorry, I'm bad
no,
with faces.
that's okay. And then I just have two quick questions for you. The first one is, would you attend a drag show?
A drag show?
Yeah.
Probably not.
Okay, can I ask why?
I don't know. I probably wouldn't attend anything like any kind of like show in general like that. Like let's like take for example like maybe like a fashion show. Like in the same vein, it's just not my thing. So I probably wouldn't do it. Like it's just like I'm not gonna like go and it's like exhibitionism. I don't know.
Okay.
Not my thing, I guess.
Cool. Last question is... Yes, I remember. Last question is, what do you think? Do you think God can tell somebody or like confirm that living like a queer, like living in their fullest like queerness, basically like marrying the same sex, being transgender, do you think God can tell them to do that?
God
Or do you
can
think-
tell them to be transgender?
Or do you think that would be against God's will? It's kind of a hard, weird.
So
way to
like,
phrase
so just let me get the question straight.
Yes.
So like, you're saying like, do I think that God would tell someone to not just be gay, but or be transgender, but to like do something like make transition or to like
Yes.
have same-sex marriage?
it. Yes.
In my current belief, probably not. But I wouldn't say that would like make it to the case that he wouldn't still like love people who made those decisions. You know, like. People are free to choose, and there might be some decisions that would make people less happy. And I don't know the position like people who have transgenderism or homosexuality. Like I don't know what their thought process is, but I feel like in my beliefs, like God wouldn't necessarily want them to act on those impulses. But I wouldn't say that detracts in any way from like what he would feel about them.
Sure.
Yeah.
Do you feel like doing those things would make somebody less happy than like on the opposite?
I feel like maybe. I feel like that's the general reason why God asks us not to do certain things.
Okay.
But that doesn't mean like I really know.
Right, yeah.
Like I'm not sure. Like I said, like I don't like deal with those kinds of thoughts or feelings, so I wouldn't really know. So I couldn't really say.
Do you know who this is?
No.
Have you ever seen her before?
I feel like I have, but I have no idea.
Okay. Do you know who Oprah is?
Yes.
Well, this is Oprah. Yes.
Awkward.
Okay. Second is, do you know who this is?
I also recognize her, but I
But not
cannot
her
tell
name?
you her name.
Okay, no, that's okay. That's Rihanna.
Rihanna. Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
That is Rihanna.
I am like
No.
not in the pop culture.
It's okay. No stress. Third question
Okay.
is, would you date a trans person? What do you think?
Well, I don't know, actually. Potentially. I think it depends on, like, if I have that connection with them.
Right.
But as of right now, I don't know if I could have that with a trans person. Nothing against them, though.
Okay.
So that's what I would say.
Can I ask you why you think you might not be able to?
I think it's just different. I don't want to say mindset, but just like different personality traits. And like I said, not all trans people have the same personality trait, but I mean, there's a lot of similarities as like you have with people who are like engineers, they kind of have the same personality trait, or like, and so I think just for me, they're not quite my type of person.
Okay, perfect. Last question is, what do you think? This is a lofty question.
Perfect.
So, how do we end racism?
Oh,
Yes, I told you it was lofty. What do you think? Like, what is one way do you think that could help?
Well, as like a member of the church, we have a very strong, well, at least I have a very strong belief, and I think for the general population of the church, like we believe that we're all children of God, and it breaks my heart to see that people are being treated inequitably. There we go. And I think like love really just is the answer. Like golden rule: treat people as you would want to be treated, and yeah,
Okay.
which is a lot to be said.
Sure.
But I think that's kind of the answer. Just love people. That's all you can really do.
Okay, cool.